International Space Station took over a decade to complete. We've got to remember, the station isn't just aimlessly floating in space. It's going incredibly fast, about 20 times the speed of sound here on Earth. It orbits the Earth once every 90 minutes. Here's the front of the station. It always travels in this direction. So this is forward and aft, port and starboard, and then there's zenith pointing away from the Earth and nadir pointing towards the Earth. These terms are part of the regular vocabulary of an astronaut. We'll be using them a little bit throughout this video. This is what the completed station looks like. The only part that the astronauts can live in are the pressurized modules. When I say module, I'm referring to one of these cylindrical pieces of the space station. It has air to breathe, comfortable living conditions, and protects the astronauts from the vacuum of space. Each module has one or more berthing ports that can be connected to other parts of the station. Sometimes these are referred to as docking ports, but if we're being specific, it is a berthing port because the joining module or spacecraft must be assisted by use of a robotic arm. There are two main sections to the station. The Russian orbital segment, these are modules from Russia, and the United States orbital segment. These are modules from the United States, Europe, and Japan. You can see how the modules on each side look just a little bit different. On the US side, the modules are connected by the Common Berthing Mechanism, or CBM for short. There are two different sides to this, the active side and the passive side. Once these are brought together, latches pull them in close, and then there are 16 bolts to firmly mate them together. The space in between is called the vestibule. This will be pressurized with air. This process takes a few hours. Then the hatch is opened, some of the hardware is removed, and connections are made in between the modules, which includes oxygen, power, data, and water. Once finalized, there is a white protective barrier put in place. The astronauts can now move freely in between the modules. The Common Berthing Mechanism is used for modules that are permanently attached together, like the Harmony and Destiny modules. They can also be used for visiting spacecraft such as the SpaceX Cargo Dragon. The Russian side of the station uses a different docking mechanism that is not compatible with CBM. We need some way to connect the different mechanisms. This is kind of like taking a power plug from the United States and bringing it over to Europe. It's not compatible with the wall plug. What do we need? An adapter. It's the same concept on the space station, but on a larger scale. Two different mechanisms, so we need an adapter in between. This is called the pressurized mating adapter.
Mandela Effect is real, and it shows how much history they can change without us noticing. The Mandela Effect is when huge groups of people remember something one way, but history says it was always different, like the Fruit of the Loom logo. Many people clearly remember a cornucopia, yet the company says it never existed. No records, no proof, just millions of people with the same memory. Another example is Pikachu. A lot of people remember the tip of his tail being black. It feels obvious, like it was always there. But if you look it up now, the black tip never existed. Official images say it was always plain yellow. Once again, the memory is shared by millions, but history says they're all wrong. What if this isn't a mistake? Some believe powerful companies and institutions work together to see how much they can change history without anyone noticing. Small things change first. Logos, spellings, details we think don't matter. Most people adapt. A few notice. Those people get told they're remembering it wrong. Comment reality, and I'll DM you a secret file with the Mandela Effect cases they don't want you to know about.
Now, Julian, I see you have your computer linked to the telephone line. Can you tell us how you did that?
Yes, well, it's very simple, really. The telephone is connected to the telephone network with a British Telecom plug, and I simply remove the telephone jack from the telecom socket and plug it into this box here, the modem. I then take another wire from the modem and plug it in where the telephone was. I can then switch on the modem and we're ready to go. The computer's asking me if I want to log on, and it's now telling me to phone up the main press cell computer, which I will now do.
So it's a very simple connection to make. Extremely
simple. And I can actually leave the modem plugged in once it's done that without affecting the telephone. I'm now waiting for the computer to answer me. It asks for the tone, and then I just flick a switch on the modem and replace the receiver.
I would like to say that all we need to do is do what we've been doing in this country, and all the conspirators have to do is do what they've been doing, and their timetable for taking us over very soon will be concluded. If you understand that symbols and emblems and things that we see every day are like the letters of an alphabet, if you put them together, they tell a story. If you understand, wake up and understand that we are not in a benevolent government, that Plato said the price good people pay for non-involvement in public affairs is to be ruled by evil men.